Shooting for the gold medal, please welcome, representing Italy, Aiko Rolando. Reigning junior world champion. And her opponent, shooting for the gold medal, please welcome, representing Italy, Roberta Di Francesco.
So here come the two archers for the gold medal match in the recurve under 21 category. Aiko Rolando, 20-year-old already a medalist
from the
here
2022
at these
European
games. She won
Grand
the
Prix
silver
in Bulgaria.
in the under 21 mixed teams recurve competition.
Of Italy,
and her opponent Roberta Di Francesco. These two
overall
were the top
40%
in
match wins.
archers in qualification, with Rolando scoring 6.68
individual
and Di
champion
Francesco
of the archery tournament in
6.31.
France in 2019.
Semi-finals, it was Rolando beating Louisa Piper of Great Britain 55-53.
Junior women's team continental champion of Europe in 2021.
Roberta Di Francesco beating the Australian
champion.
Imogen Brzezinski 65-57. Rolando, the reigning world champion in this category
back in the European Youth Cup of 2017.
When she won that at the age of just 16. Fantastic achievement to win this title, and here she goes.
Francesco is a junior
back-to-back titles.
Team champion of the
magnificent achievement.
European Indoor
Di Francesco is a good archer
earlier this year,
and actually has a world ranking unlike Rolando. So
now underway under the supervision.
See how this goes.
Of World Archery Judge Shannon
Di Francesco
Russell
is closest to camera. Rolando, the left-hander. A big moment here as we start the gold medal match in the recurve under 21 women's section.
Opening arrow is a 5.
Now the archers have 2 minutes to shoot all 3 arrows per end. That's the time limit, so plenty of time to get the 3 arrows away.
And a 5 for Roberta.
So this target repeating is just 15 meters away.
And a 5 from that shot just now.
The target face is just 20 centimeters in diameter, so it looks a lot bigger there, doesn't it? But it is absolutely tiny.
And a 5 and a 5 and a 4 for Roberta so far. No,
Francesco lining up one here.
5 asterisk, that is correct.
So Di Francesco scores a 4 with her second arrow.
Five points.
Di Francesco with a 5 to finish. So Rolando just trying to hit that arrow into that top target on her side of the range.
And a 5 for
looks like that
Aiko.
might be a 4. Bernardo.
Officially right now,
looks like we might have a tied end
for Aiko Rolando of Italy. And
opponent,
Roberta Di Francesco with 14
it's interesting. I'm curious to see throughout the day whether in the other categories, in compound and bearable, whether we're going to see so many aborted shots. But especially in the first stand, where, as I said, lots of nerves. It's the first arrows. You're kind of, getting into the match. We saw Roberta drifting a little bit to the right, I think. But everything level, it seems, or I think we just got confirmation that Aiko has a 1 point lead over her competitor. Getting the draw length right and getting comfortable, especially in the beginning, is very challenging. And I believe we're going to see more fluid shots now on target number 2.
Aiko Rolando defeated Louisa Piper.
Indeed, Rolando, you're spot on, has got a 1 point lead. 15-14, 3 5s she scored. I mean, she's on the right of that shot right there.
In action now on the second
with
target.
Di Francesco on the left in you go, checking everything out for the long one, the 50-meter
4
shot.
points and a 4.
Both archers shooting 4s in their first arrows. It's certainly a hugely different dynamic when they both shoot together like this. A real adjustment mentally. With the fact they're not alternating.
Roberta with a 4.
Rolando, that one definitely didn't look like it was on the planning sheet, Bernardo.
No, I think I myself have suffered with this sometimes. You know, when you abort shot and shot again, like you don't get a nice
6.
rhythm. That is like really not good. Her first shot was very fluid. She should just try to get that same sensation again. She aborts it once more. She might be running out of time. She's got to hurry the last shot. Let's see how it goes. But yeah, it doesn't feel good as an archer when you find yourself in this situation.
Rolando now unleashes.
4.
You can see there, Di Francesco's last arrow looks like it's kissed the inner ring, so looks like a 6, and it's now been confirmed as a 6. So she's totaled 14. Rolando, despite her problems with a 6 here, can take the lead, and it looks like it's a 5. So it looks like we're going to be all even going down to the ground. Plenty for Rolando to think about.
Yeah, let's wait for the confirmation at the target. I think Roberta Di Francesco, maybe, like as I said after the first end, I think maybe she was a little bit to the right, especially she had her 4 in the middle target was to the right. And then on this end, she started to the left. Maybe she overcompensated on her side, but then anyway, her last arrow was dead center, and she'll be hoping to maintain this for the third end.
2 targets now complete. We're halfway through this gold medal match, and we've got
Gold medal
very
match you're watching.
score, 28
And
points.
the recurve under 21 women's action.
Aiko Rolando
Don't forget we have the
their weight
recurve
target
under
number
21
3, which is a
bronze
40
and
centimeter
gold
base
in the
at
men coming up
25.
next, before we move to bare bow women's medal matches and then the bare bow men's medal matches in this session. So still plenty good archery to come, and some very good archers, many who we saw yesterday in the teams competition trying to win again, which is always fun. And as we touched on, Rolando here trying to win her 2nd medal of these games, having won silver in the mixed teams competition on the previous day. And she's got a fierce competitor today though with Di Francesco. So adjustments to the bow need to be made as the distance this time is much shorter, 25 meters. But the target face is half the size as the previous end. So it's all fun and games in field archery, Bernardo, isn't it? With all sorts of adjustments needing to be made.
Yeah, and irregular terrain. Of course, from archer to archer, some might feel a little bit more comfortable with unlevel terrain, but shooting flat. Others shooting at an angle. But yeah, let's see how it goes. The third end on the way.
4 on that first shot from Aiko.
Rolando starts with a
Roberta
4,
Rolando
as
with
does Di Francesco. Let's see if Rolando will try and get into a better rhythm this time. At the end of the day, you can't really control your opponent, so you have to shoot
A 5.
high scores. It's ultimately what counts. And Rolando's got a 5 with her 2nd.
And a 6 for Roberta Di Francesco.
Nice shot there from Di Francesco. And yep,
That gives her
a
1
nod of
point.
satisfaction is always good to see. Last arrow, no. Rolando is going to reset. As you see, Di Francesco.
5.
Looks like it's kissed the line for a 5. So 4, 6, 5. 15 points for Di Francesco, it looks like, in this end, which means Rolando needs a 6 to tie it up heading into the last end.
6.
And she does it. Brilliant response to the pressure there.
Once again with one target
what a
remaining.
difference. Rolando definitely feeling much more
Aiko
comfortable
Rolando of Italy,
shooting this third target
Roberta
without
Di
the angle.
Francesco
We could
of
see
Italy.
her 3 shots flowing much better.
So far,
The
one
first
target
attempt of
remaining is a
her
tough
third
one.
shot, which she
Target 4 is a
aborted,
60 centimeter at
like
35
in my
meters.
opinion, she did the right thing because it was really looking forced. But yeah, she got it right. Di Francesco, even though she got a 5 on her last arrow, she clearly did not look happy about it. Maybe it didn't feel like a good shot or something. But as an archer, we just gotta forget everything that happened so far, and it's always the next arrow, and then the next one, then the next one. If you start thinking about the bigger picture, that's not gonna do you any good. And especially now, because this is the critical moment. We can see how high those targets are. And yeah, it's all to play for now. We saw in the bronze medal match, Imogen, like she just kind of threw the match away by shooting that first arrow in the 1. So you got to be careful at all moments now.
Yes, absolutely. That wide shot we just saw, again, fantastic illustration of the challenge required by the archers. It's not an easy challenge to overcome. So at the moment we are dead even, 43 all. That is where we are, all confirmed. So the winner of this end will win the match. And Rolando having trouble trying to find a spot without getting the sun in her eyes too. Look how close the archers are back to back here.
6.
Great start for Di Francesco. She's buried one in the 6. That is drawing a line in the sand right there for Aiko Rolando. She tries to defend her title. Di Francesco just wants to do the same again with her second.
Roberta with a 4.
Oh, still, that's a good competitive arrow. Now Aiko Rolando. Still not happy. She's not in her happy place. Look at the body language. It's not positive, is it, from her at the moment? Di Francesco, all business. Well, I just say that. The old commentator's curse comes back to bite me again. Here comes Rolando.
5 points.
Wow.
Aiko Rolando.
Despite her pressure, that's a pretty good result, you'd have to say.
3 on that final shot for Roberta.
She ends with a 3, so there is wriggle room here for the left-hander. Di Francesco's going to lock in a score of 56.
6.
Oh, it's a 6. Fantastic shot. So for the win, Aiko Rolando needs a 3 or higher to retain her title from 4 years ago.
1 second left on the clock. 3 points and a 1-point victory.
3. It is just inside the
Aiko
3
Rolando.
as well.
Unofficially, we'll wait for the official score, but it looks like a 1-point victory for the gold medal with 1 second left on the clock
by a
for
single
Aiko
point,
Rolando of
just
Italy.
inside
And a
time
silver
limit
medal
as
for
well,
Roberta Di
which
Francesco,
expired
her teammate.
merely seconds after her last shot. And look what it means to a brilliant performance by Aiko Rolando and Bernardo. That was a special moment of the tournament.